Okay, back and jumping back in. Let's see if we can't crack into the top 10. Give me a low-rated guy. Like, this guy has played so many games. He has 5 points. Give me him. So you can tell with the time skip that I only needed a solid little quick bathroom break from the end of the last video to this one. But so far, we played against two strong players, 2200 rating, and Rapid, and coming away with 2 wins. As we're facing 1700, who doesn't have anything other than 4,000 games. All right, chances are he is not sketchy, so we're just going to go with very odd position by my opponent, development-wise. All right, we'll test it. Thank you for the free development and time, and C5's coming now. You encouraged that in the structure. This is looking tough. Positionally, your bishop's really silly. So I got the type of pairing I was looking for to make progress up the ladder. And let's go ahead and stick that guy there. Okay. This is about to get nasty. For you. If knight takes, he moves the rook, knight c3 with the super royal. If he doesn't take, play something like bishop b2, I take, and then I take with the bishop and I'm up a piece. So that b4 move, I think, was bad news for my opponent. Knight d5 is met with bishop takes d5, and if bishop takes, I simply move. And I think he missed. I have the extra idea of knight c3. He did. And this is what the kids call GG. Queen e1 or d2. That's not going to do it for you, boss man. You got to protect your woman. All right. Well, that helped with the score situation. Bumped us up a little bit as we were able to get 5 points for that one for berserking. It's all about the streak. This dude is playing like a boss. And he's winning that one too. I don't know. Actually, he's not. Why am I looking at it there when I can look at it there? All right, so 1 Dark Knight, 4,000 blitz games. You know what? I'm gonna take him seriously. We'll start berserking towards the end of the tournament to try to catch. I don't think it's needed right now. You can pick and choose your spots rating wise, and I think the people under 2,000 I can get away with. Let's go d6. That way if e4, I'm going to play c6. I'm playing more aggressively with black, and this is going to be a check system. I haven't looked at this since I recorded my Patreon series on the check system. So it's hazy at best, but my opponent clearly didn't know it. So good opening choice by me to play an aggressive line. At this point, it was a bad choice for me not to berserk straight out of the get-go. Now we need to try to get development finished, and my opponent's going to be playing an all or nothing like attacking game, so it's important that we get safe quickly. And I assume he's going to be castling. I feel like I need to go knight d7 to keep my options open to castle queenside if need be, but I would prefer to do e6, bishop e7, and castle kingside. Let's do that. And I wanted to stay flexible here. I'm covering f5, so my structure isn't going to get compromised as long as my lady's doing work over here. Good move. Good move. I didn't want any part of queen takes b4, rook b1. The queen moves, rook takes b7. My king's still in the middle. He's developed, I'm not. I have a pawn, but that doesn't mean I'm better. He's got time for his pawn, and that can be very dangerous. If b5, okay, I'm definitely going bishop e7 anyway. I'm trying to get out of the center. So I'm worried about f5. f5 is a good potential pawn sacrifice. f5, pawn takes f5, and then rook a to e1. And my king is kind of stuck. And that's dangerous. Okay, so he's looking at those ideas potentially. All right, let's go here. That way I'm given a bit of coverage. And if f5 now, I can go pawn takes. And if he goes queen e2, king f8, followed by rook e8. And I'm getting out of the bind. Now this gives me time. I'm completely fine now. Absolutely nothing to worry about. I don't see the necessary counterplay in the position for my opponent. Rook b1. That's surprising. If you want to trade, you're trading on my terms. I get an open file and a little bit more time. And I get a target on d4. So for instance, another move that surprises me a bit. Alright, I believe we can force a transition that just wins the game. Knight takes, bishop takes, d5, pawn takes, the bishop moves, bishop f6. If he, I can even go g6 in there. Okay, knight takes, bishop takes, d5, pawn takes. g6 stops f5 ideas. I don't see why this isn't a transition to a completely winning ending. Even though it's bishop of opposite color, I'm sticking a pawn that will fall. I will be able to pile up on that pawn the rest of the game due to my strong bishop. The only source of counterplay could be potentially f5. So I killed that right now. And if he decides to go g4, f5, and go all out, there's no way I'm not going to be able to force the trade of queens with something like queen g3 or, you know, the like. Here, I'm completely stable in the position, and I'm about to follow up with bishop f6 next. Now a rook lift is in order. I want key squares. My king is safe. With a pawn on h3, I don't have to worry about any battery. He's got to take unnecessary risk here to generate counterplay, otherwise he's just sitting while I'm improving my position. Now his bishop is just as good as mine, but I'm safer, and I think I have an easier target in the d4 pawn. Where is his target? Mine's covered and safe. We'll do that. Leaves queen a5 as a possibility as well. You're hoping for something like bishop d3 to see if you can get him to blink. If f5, queen g3. But we definitely need to lift the rook to try to coax in the position if we can. Like this type of idea. a4 left another pawn weak, in my opinion. And this seems annoying to have to deal with. f4 could now be met by bishop g5. Rook takes, queen takes, rook b4, rook d1, and that's where my ideas kind of run out. Oh, do they though? Rook takes, queen takes, rook b4, rook d1. That's almost there. We're going to go with that line. The rook is in the way though. I want to dissuade his rook away from support of the f pawn. So I'm going to go with my original idea here. And queen b8 keeps tension, keeps pressure. puts the onus on my opponent to make a decision. This king is open forever. I'll swap gears a bit. Bishop can't really move now, can he? All of his pieces are really tied up here, and that leaves me cautiously optimistic. Rook takes c2. Rook takes c2. Bishop takes d4. Queen takes d4. Queen b1 check. Do I need to go for that type of tactic yet, though? Why can't I play queen b4 first? Queen b4. Is a nice testing the water move. Gotta watch for that in some variations too. Lots of little tactics looming. All the pressure he has to deal with. And at the end of the day, his king is still wide open. I imagine king g2 or something of the like. And because he's burning clock like he is, he's seeing all these tactics that I'm mentioning, and he's going to be worried, and he's going to use more time on the next move. So after a move like king g2, I'm going to play king g7, and again, I'm letting my opponent beat himself. I'm not trying to put him away or use a lot of energy here because I don't think it's necessary. I think he's about to just implode, and why do a lot of heavy lifting and calculation here? I think it's better technique to just let him beat himself. So I'm chill. Yep. That sound triggered him though, so I expect to move any second. As soon as you hit the red, you hit the paint, they're gonna make a move. check it. You have time. Queen c3. Rook f2. Queen takes d4. Queen c3. If the bishop moves, I take. I don't see why this isn't winning. He lined himself up for potential checks. Now I just need to defend that square. And a clean win. Pressure, pressure, pressure. As we get bumped down, as we don't have nearly the points of the people who are getting in more games by berserking. And our boy Berserkin, he's having a good tournament here. I might have to berserk just to try to make games end faster, to try to catch up. And what we got here. All right, I'm going to try to catch up now. It's annoying to have to play King D8. And with that, can I be annoying to you? Free is free. And now that I got my free pawn, I think my opponent is more concerned with the clock than he is more important matters. Yeah, we're in good shape here. Bishop's still covering c4, so I think we're good there too. Well, we'll just do that nice little move and then get the king out of the way of potential pins. Make sure our pawn structure isn't going to be compromised. And I like the idea of just consolidating the win here. Plenty of time, no risk. Doubling rooks next. Repeating the same idea is not going to help you, sir. Tactics. We got runners, and they are good and fast and bold, all the good words. No counterplay before pushing. I just wanted to kill any hopes and dreams. Don't you want to go home? He wants to go home. Let's freeze him. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't have to let you take anything. And in fact, I can just do this. You want to go this way, we can go this way. This way leads to pain. Lots and lots of pain. Okay. Where's my refresh? Oh, okay, we didn't climb that much. Good God, I don't think I can catch BCA, Rick Daniel, blah, 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 blah. He seems to do nothing but win after he dropped his first game. All right, what we got here? A guy who has only played Rapid. Yeah, we're going to play 10 minutes against him. And then he's playing really silly stuff in the opening. Not a fan of that either. Hippo. Beautiful. You know what? I'll do the same thing. I'll ditto. You want to come to me? Come to me. Make him take some risks. We will firmly shut down one bishop. C4 changes the character of the position just a smidge. Now, there's been a theme all throughout this. I'm just letting things be. Made a decision there, didn't you? And that backwards pawn is going to be a big problem for you, friendo. Bishop g5, knight d7. And knight c3, knight d4. Hard to say. Hard to say. Maybe I should take immediately to prevent. Yeah. I'm going to go with it because I'm not sure who the complications favor at this time, but I do know that I would be getting more time after h6 because the bishop is going to have to vacate the diagonal, and then I'm going to have rook d8. So at least I'm fighting on the key squares that I need to be in the position. And now we'll just go king h7. Solid, simple, and effective. And now knight d4. Where my opponent should be careful here, but I don't know if he is he has that type of idea in mind. He didn't. And now looks like he's in a tight spot. All I have to do is trade down and I win with the passer. Let's go here first. Yeah, definitely satisfied with how things turned out. b4 g5 is interesting. g5 is still interesting. Yeah, I can't get away from g5. I want to play it. I expect to move like bishop f1. Well, no, the rook's not on d1 anymore. There's no potential pins or anything, so the f3 pawn's just left weak after g5, and rook takes. If bishop c7, rook c8, and then he's going to take, but the bishop's going to be better back on d2. If it gets on c7, I don't know, it could very well be trapped. Like bishop c7, rook c8, rook takes e8, rook takes e8. Yeah. That makes sense that he goes that way. And now bishop takes f3. If rook f1, g4. h3, h5. It's definitely going for it. Huh. So many ideas here. D3 was my first reaction to try to play bishop D4. D3, bishop C3. It's not good enough. Rook E2. Rook takes, queen takes. B takes C5, B takes C5, rook B7. Okay, critical moment. Push, bishop C3, D2. Rook takes, queen takes. Yeah, that works. Needed to see D2. Yes, queen C2 check. Alright, objectively still not a bad move. My king's open. Need to get the queens off the board if this game's going to continue for many more moves. Rook takes, check. Queen takes, D2. Then there is no check. If I play queen takes C3, he plays queen takes D8. Whoa, okay. Rook takes E1, queen takes E1, D2, queen E7, queen takes C3, queen takes D8, queen C1. If he takes, I promote. If he doesn't take, yeah, that's it. That's beautiful. He almost made the wrong move after calculating. Had to find the right way to play D2. That was important. Pretty decent calculation. This is important because I'm making sure his queen can't get to key squares to check me. So no chances of a perpetual. And I'm thinking about playing G4. Okay, so he's looking for key squares. Respect. But we're not interested in any of that, are we? Okay, I was trying to figure out a way to set a trap. Queen takes b4, queen f5, king h8, queen c8, queen f8 check. Subtle. And got it. And that's why you do fishing, folks. Makes games faster. Man. 2460. He must be a beast. Yeah, Blitz 2400. Yeah, we're probably comparable in strength. Let me pause for the next video. Okay, picking up right where we left off, and this will be the third and final installment. And homie has berserked every game. Respect. Okay. Yeah. We're going to play him straight. And we'll go with one of my favorite sidelines to play in online chess. And watch us get to the same position I had in game 2. And you begin to understand part of my trickery with my repertoire. And lo and behold, we have the transposition. Ta-da! But does a slot player really sign up to play at Grunfeld when they sit down to play chess? I think already from a psychological standpoint, much can be said of the potential of my position. And I don't remember the line there. It's probably bishop f4 again, now that I think about it. Yeah, knight e4 looks good. Surprising. Because you kind of trapped your bishop in there, eh? I like bishops a lot. And not my favorite move to make, but it's an isolated pawn forever. And we're just going to slow play it here because we have a better structure. Knight a5. Is good. That's a pawn. And I have been known to take free stuff. I think we're in really, really good shape now. What? I don't like reconnecting. What's up? Internet looks good. Uh-oh. Did I lose connection? Let me try. Okay. That's not good. Come on. Because I'm winning. It says I'm connected. So what is the issue? Come on. This is worse than like actually losing. Okay. So no internet. No internet. Why do I not have internet? This is going to be the most anticlimactic video ever, and I apologize if this happened because I've got all bars down there. Oh, are we coming back? Come on now. Where's my phone? Hold up. I can make a move on here in the meantime to not run out of time, I think. Come on, why is everything freaking slow? Come on. Yeah, it's probably been 90 seconds by now because I waited way too long. Are you freaking kidding me? Thanks, Comcast, or Xfinity, or whatever garbage service I'm so-called paying for at this point. You would think playing at midnight or 12:30, you would be completely okay. And yeah, even why am I not playing? Games. Yeah, it's not showing a game in progress. But it's not showing that I lost one either. Like, are you... I have no idea what happened. I'm sorry, folks. Because clearly connection is what it is, and then I'm not seeing anything. It's not refreshing on here. Okay then. I guess I'm gonna end the stream. I'm sorry, because legitimately that is extremely disappointing for me as well. Ew. Until next time, I guess. Felt like it was going to be a break 2400 type stream, but no. Yeah. What can you do?